The following material may contain sex, coarse language, and violence.
Of course! Of course!
Into the end, I suppose.
Hafang is a tidy, cozy little inn. And it's also another tiny, cozy little inn. And a third tidy, cozy little inn, all joined up together. All like around a centralized sort of tavern. For guests, not rats. There's like a cat curled up on the bar. Everything's fairly tidy. The servitors look up at you as you enter and immediately note you as people of wealth and influence, and Sulan and him. One of them sidles up to you and says, "Welcome to the Hafang Tavern. Can we help you?"
Yes, this is actually, Saphira, Cleric of Tor, at your service.
Ich heiße Elsa.
Pleased to meet you, my dear. We were in fact hoping that we could help you. We got wind of some disappearances.
Oh, you hear about the thief catching?
Yes.
You will need to see Hans. He's just over there, around the corner. And, if you need to come back here for drinks or anything else.
Thank you, my dear. We shall seek him out.
Get off at loads. So you guys orbit your way through.
Yes, I see.
There are two men both working there. They both look up as you enter.
Greetings. Is one of you Hans?
Ich heiße Hans.
Saphira, Cleric of Tor, at your service. You have had some disappearances, some thieveries here, I believe.
Ja.
We were hoping we could assist you with finding out what's going on.
Sehr gut.
Is something wrong?
That's just me.
Oh, okay.
They're done.
Like I ripped it open again today, so it's hurting again.
I didn't realize that. I thought it was like, oh, Hans is really secretly stealing stuff for the insurance money here or something. He's acting super sus.
What's in sewer ants?
And sewer ants, yes.
Profitable. It's your invoice. So you are thief takers?
We believe you had
We can do
thieveries, were we not? And we can help track down these thieves, maybe.
More daring daylight robberies. Things have been going from missing from here and at the Future King. Strangely, the same rooms have been hit in both places on the same days. They would take from an upstairs room, and then in the identical room in our twin tavern, which we are very famous for, as we have considered staying here for exorbitant rates. The corresponding identical room has also been robbed. We believe there's a gang involved. Of course, we have heard in other towns there's such a thing as a thieves' guild, but of course here in Einwig in Bavaria such a thing is impossible. Everything's wonderful here. And Archduke Adolf Smith, the visionary genius, nothing is wrong.
So it's guests who have been stolen from specific
Guests, staff members, the inns themselves, it must stop. In daylight, no less.
How long has this been occurring?
3 days.
Are we able to know the names of those who stayed in the room?
I have a list here. Here's a list of Burman names.
Anything just like stand out, like Guy's a crazy noble, but why is he staying outside the walls? Or...
The most prominent name is Sir Maximilian van Uber.
That's a name you should know.
Uber, yes, that was one of the ones that,
I believe Roya mentioned.
yes, exactly. She had them as a good prospect for us.
This could be a good
Is
opportunity.
is this accurate? I would say, indicating the name to
Oh,
Hans.
yes. Sir Maximilian van Uber stayed here a number of times. He said he prefers this in here as it is more connected with the people who might need his services.
And what services does he provide?
Sir van Uber is, as you know, a fighting champion and a blade master.
Oh, so
Some
he
people
teaches.
Teaches, yeah, if you can afford his rates. And also, he has helped out many people in the town with matters of honor and discipline. He's very well respected and loved.
And somebody stole from him.
I can't believe it myself. He was very understanding about it, but you could tell he was upset.
Has there been any common links to any of the items that were stolen or anything unusual?
Nothing we can think of. Of course, the items were all valuable.
Did the thieves leave behind other items that were also valuable, or perhaps even more valuable?
It's funny you should say that. In the place of each item was another random item. Like, for example, a leather mug or an apron all folded up. A farmer's pitchfork was left in one place.
Maybe they're trying to send, somebody's trying to send some kind of message to the rich about.
You said that matching rooms were robbed in the same night, or would one be robbed and then the next one be robbed the next night?
Well, we have compared notes, and it seems that they're both robbed in the same day. Because it happens during the daytime.
Daylight
So
robbery.
baffling.
Have any keys been missing?
Not that I know. But how would they get them from the roomkeeper?
You don't have any staff who have access to the keys?
Only the guests have the keys.
Okay. Is there any... Are the keys... How universal are your keys?
I do not understand.
Do you have any keys that can open all the doors, for instance?
Yeah, there is a master key, but only I have that key. He produces it in a chain around his neck.
Very well.
Kill him and take it, then we'll have it.
How often do you use that key?
I have not had need to use it in some time.
Do you have it on you all the time, or do you put it somewhere when you go to
I
sleep?
sleep
at night?
and bathe with this key. It is
Okay.
my sacred trust.
Okay.
Sacred trust.
So that eliminates that somebody has switched your key with an imposter key, essentially, or something like that when you weren't paying attention.
I don't see how they could have done that.
Well, not... I don't see either, given that you said you sleep and bathe with it.
May I see the key? Just again.
Very well, here it is.
I just check it for. I know he says he bathes with it and stuff, so it's not likely. But if there's any weird residues, especially specifically clays and stuff, I'll elaborate as a.
The key is simple in sort of like a rippling wave. I mean, strictly speaking, it's just a wave rake. For those of you who know what that is, which is why it can open every lock in the place.
And there's no like stuff stuck to it or fake
It-
traces. You need
It appears to be very clean. Polished, shiny even.
Did the thieveries take place at the... You said they were all during the day. Were they all during the same times? During
We
the
are
day?
unable to narrow that down. You see, the guests returned to their rooms of the evening and discovered the items missing. And all claimed that they were there in the morning.
And what items were missing?
A sword has been taken. A valuable chalice belonging to a traveling cleric has been taken. A purse full of gold has been taken. A marble statuette has been taken. A hairbrush, of all things, has been taken. An empty leather sack. Strange things.
What item was Sir Maxwell?
A sword.
Was it a unique sword in any way? Like a custom of his?
It was not his blade master's sword.
Okay.
It was another one.
And were any other valuables in his room at the time?
Apparently so.
But they only
Took the sword.
took the
Yes.
sword. And what did they leave behind in
A
his
sum
case?
of money, some valuables.
No,
Don't-
I mean, you said every time something was taken, they put something in its place, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was, when the sword was taken, what was the replacement item in his
An
case?
empty leather sack.
Which was also something that was taken?
But that was taken later.
Oh,
I wonder if it was the same sack.
that's what I was wondering.
Strange.
It is odd. It'd be a good idea to note down what some of these items are.
I imagine each of these rooms has a window, so just the end guests.
Yeah. We provide shuttered windows for all of our prime guests.
Were any of the same rooms hit twice?
No, it does not look so.
And how many prime rooms do you have left that haven't been hit?
Just the one. Why?
Is anyone staying in it now?
The room is rented out to a Roy Aaron. Though she has not used it at all.
Would you object if you took us to this room and we had a look through it in case it's already been hit and she has not yet returned?
But I suppose if I accompany you, it would not be.
Exactly. Yes.
Very well, accompany me, please.
Of course, lead the way.
He'll take you upstairs and then upstairs again, and he'll open the door by basically placing a small file in there and taking his key, just like jiggling it a bit, and the door opens. It's a room. It's got a bed. It's got a cabinet, chest. Looks unused.
None of Roy's belongings
Nope.
in the room.
Is there any stuff in the room?
Nothing that belongs to a person. Just room.
Just the
furnishings.
default.
That's fair.
What you'd go, okay.
Like if there's a washstand and a pitcher and tray.
You said that yours was not the only establishment that was getting hit, correct?
No, our sister has also been hit in the same manner.
Perhaps we should go and talk to them as well.
You should.
Thank you, you've been most helpful. We will hopefully get back to you,
Does this,
preferably with answers.
I imagine separate people maintain the keys for each inn.
Yeah, of course. My brother Hans runs the other inn.
Zulun, you sometimes have a unique way of looking at things. Is there anything you can think of?
Find them and kill them.
I was thinking more the windows. That'd be an excellent way to get in here.
Indeed.
Oh, half the viruses get into my computer.
I'll open the shutters and look out. What's on the other side?
It's a view of the gate.
You have many guards stationed at the gate.
At the gate. The gates are always heavily guarded. You can see that right now. There's like good 12 city guards outside that gate.
It would be very hard to climb this wall and get in through the window and not be seen,
Yes.
Try impossible.
especially during the day. At night, surely.
There's no, I'm guessing, like, features or landmarks that could possibly block the point of view of the...
No, because this room is looking right down the colonnade
Yeah.
at the giant
Yeah, I
gate.
thought so. I didn't know if there was like a lamppost or something that would give a perspective.
The other rooms that were hit, they have the same view?
No, of course not. Some look out over the districts. One of the rooms was the tavern.
Is this room on... what story is this on? Like, is it third out of 3? So there is the possibility. So basically, if you look right up above, roof would be right there,
Yeah.
correct? There's the possibility
It does have guttering.
that came down from the roof as opposed to these tall, slopey bourbon roofs. Somebody could slide down.
There have been rumours of people being seen on roofs.
And they may not just be limited to our friend.
If you wore clothing that resembled the tiles of the roof and slid down, and if somebody was looking for you specifically, it would be easy to miss.
Some of the other rooms, you probably could climb the wall too and not be seen. If not all face out to the gate.
Were all the rooms that were hit on this third floor?
9.
Oh, some were also...
Like I said, in the tavern on the first floor, and on the second floor as well.
Okay.
What order?
It appears to be random. The first room to be hit was on the second floor. The second room to be hit was up here. And following that back down to the second floor, the most recent was the tavern.
Have you seen anybody in your inn a lot who was not a guest?
Oh, yeah. Well, many of our staff members are recurring.
I meant neither staff nor guests. Has there been anybody who's...
Well, it's also a tavern.
Yes, but I mean more in the... up the floors where the rooms are as opposed to the main tavern.
Oh, I don't think so.
Nobody you've seen over the last all 3 days?
I've seen some people, but always in the accompaniment of a guest. A guest of a guest, if you will.
Have any of these people been in the accompaniment of the guests who own the room?
Well, of course.
Have you seen anybody who has been with all of the guests who have had their rooms? No, okay. I was considering a possibility that somebody had been duped into through some kind of nefarious
Have you seen the same
means.
guest of the guest for the last 3 days in a row?
No, not at all.
Perhaps we should go and speak to Hans, your brother.
Oh, hard.
Maybe there is something different there at may.
Yes.
Glean some
You
information.
might have some.
You go talk to him.
Well, they might have a room that Roya isn't renting and not living.
Hello, Saphiro, cleric of Tor, at your service.
Ich heiße Hans.
Yes, I was speaking to your brother Hans.
Aber Hans? The Hans is in town?
Your brother who owns the...
Oh, Hans.
Yes. We are investigating the thieveries of your guests'
yes.
rooms.
The future king has never had a spate of daytime thieveries like this, and it must be put to a stop.
Yes, is there anything you can tell us about your... Have you got a list of the guests who have been robbed, or...
I did have one, but I gave it to the last adventuring group who were investigating this.
Oh, I didn't know you had others investigating this.
But honestly, we're willing to pay anyone who fixes the problem.
That is fair enough. Who could you describe these individuals who are looking into it?
Most of our rooms have been empty on account of the strange smell. So only one actual guest was in a room that was stolen from. Otherwise, it has been hotel property that has been taken.
What hotel property was taken?
A pitcher, a washstand, bed sheets. Strange and weird things left in their place. There was a small figurine made of marble left in place of bed sheets. That is clearly much more valuable. It's so bizarre.
A sword?
No swords have been taken.
No, it was a sword left behind and replaced.
A fine sword.
Yeah. A very well-made sword has been left. I have it here in the cupboard. It's a nice sword.
So
It was left in the place of a bedpan. Crazy.
So not stolen.
We'll take you upstairs and show you around the rooms, and they do have the strongest stringent smell, like it's very minty.
And you haven't been able to locate.
Like someone's
smell.
someone's dropped 3 tons of aniseed on the hotel.
And this wasn't at the other.
No.
The other end.
That's why we closed these rooms off, because of the smell we are scrubbing out. And
So far, no sign of what causes it.
it might be between the boards of the wall.
So, the items haven't been stolen so much as swapped around.
No, they were taken. We have lost a sack and
A pitchfork.
a pitchfork, which we used
They're-
for dunging.
All at your brother's.
The
Yeah.
items have been swapped from end to end.
Exactly.
What?
Exactly.
That is bizarre.
That sword
So it
belongs
is-
to Sir Maximilian.
This is not. No, it isn't.
It's not his Blade Master's sword.
Ah. Oh, that's a relief. Why would anyone do this? So it is not so much thievery as a petty annoyance? Or perhaps someone was using our empty rooms to hide stolen merchandise.
I don't think so, because the items have all been exchanged throughout. Like, it sounds like they can mostly be accounted for. Everything that's gone missing from your brother's and has been found here, and vice versa.
I am so confused.
As
If
am
it's
I,
not a
unless-
thief we're dealing with, what is this?
Unless it's some kind of prank being pulled by.
Do we look like temples here?
Would you mind if you sent someone with us, of course, to take these things back to their correct owners, and we'll bring the other things back to you?
Yeah.
Of course we must do that. I will summon the inn guard.
It's still a matter of how these things were swapped around in broad daylight.
The inn guard is not available. I will have to send my head waiter. You can all make recognition checks.
Is it just and?
Yes. Yes. It can be.
So Gucci gang.
I pass.
You can't pass.
Oh.
You can't recognize.
I
Okay.
pass.
I pass.
Hey, Percy. He sold you maps. So the guy walks into the room, takes one look at you guys, and he turns around and runs.
Sulan, after him!
He's already dead.
She's the fastest of us, so...
So
Don't
I'm after
hurt-
Percy.
Don't hurt him!
I'm after Percy.
Yeah, I was just going, alive!
Don't scalp him.
See who. So he moves his 12 squares movement, right?
Yep. Can I run?
Real nice
So it's a strength check to grapple. How to us little Percy can't outrun Sulan's powerful legs. Okay, so you bring him down with a bone-rattling crunch.
Yep.
Oh,
And then I tie him up.
With what?
String. Or rope.
Carrying that, are you?
No, so No.
Just hold him in place to win.
I'll bring him in. I don't have my pack on me, so I don't have the rope.
He does not wish to be held down. So let's have an opposed strength check.
So just knock him out.
Okay, so that's actually really good for him.
Oh, I went over by 1.
Oh no! He's wriggling free! He's doing it! He got 1 below his strength. I mean, it's still a 7.
Can I knock him out? Can I knock him out?
Not that I have
goal.
guessed.
You're going to try and...
So that's not a mug, you realise, it's a sack. Alright.
Second is fucking sick.
17.
Okay, yep. So you don't get a thaco on that.
No.
You know that, right?
Yep.
Fortune is on plus 10.
Yeah.
He's still in.
Yeah, you can give him give me a
I've also got proficiency Amazon taking in.
Sure, yeah. Yep, bravo. You bring him down with a well-aimed boomerang and plasticine phonograph mat. Okay, so you drag the sack back into the room.
Have you got rope?
Just a moment. Get some rope out of my pack.
Alright. You're walking around town with your pack on. Oh, okay. You're a lot more clumsy than I thought. Saphira provides rope.
I will tie him up.
There goes my rope.
Sulan engages in bondage play.
Yeah, I probably will put him in distressed positions.
Okay.
Saphira will look on. What are you doing?
It's a bit much.
No, it's just right. Because watch what you do when you do this.
Bang. Hans is like, okay, why are you accosting my maitre d'?
Yeah, why are we doing that?
This man is a criminal who is linked to an enemy of ours.
You can't just accost people on your word alone. Where's your proof? Said the game master with the clearest prompt to search the body ever given to any game table ever. Beyond, hey, why don't you search the body? Which he just did as well.
Natural! 20.
Nice.
Okay, so a quick search of his pockets turns out nothing. But you do find under his armpit he has had the Roman Have House Reigns symbol tattooed there, indicating his dead loyalty. Furthermore, upon other investigations, under his tongue you will find a silver penny, known as a talon, which is a Merlin currency, because none of you are going to look it up. And wrapped around the base of his penis is this.
Of course Sulan found it.
Also, she knows how to wreckle men, apparently.
Saphira, I found this.
Oh. I don't know where she found it. So Percy,
Drip, drip, drip.
keep a watch on the docks at Roclaw. A tall blonde queer, hey, with a shining armor and a wrapped sword, a hammer and a rat, possibly accompanied by a yellow-eyed Amazon in little, and a white-haired youth in a robe who seeks of spell components. Find out what boat he books passage on, and book passage on the same. Make sure he gets doctored maps of Bermania, ones with only side roads marked on it. Find out where they are going. Arrange as much trouble for them as possible. Signal pirates, race ahead of them, and arrange for traps. Use the men I put at your command, and buy more. I want them dead or broken, and I want the sword.
We need to present that.
Well, well, well. Percy, Percy, Percy. You're unconscious and you can't hear me.
I'll turn to Hans. He's clearly a Maryland spy.
Clearly. Well, we'll have none of that. Grabs Percy by the hair.
Holy fuck.
Well, that's why you don't call him a spy in front of a...
Oh, wow.
I presume he must be behind these horrible thefts as well, with no proof.
I mean, he may have been.
Nasty bad spy.
Did he have access to your rooms?
Oh yeah, I gave him my master key so he could properly maintain these rooms while they are being cleaned.
Would this same master key work on your sister-in-law's doors?
Don't be silly. That inn is over there, and this one is. Oh,
Should we go test that?
I'm a stupid man. My brother always said I should have stick to cow dunging, but I couldn't side with the cows.
Also,
It's on the clown side, dude.
things work a bit
Down
differently
with
in
the clown, 110%.
Serenia.
Whoop whoop.
Things work a bit differently in Serenia. Are you allowed to just slit his throat on the spot like that?
It is me he has wronged and implicated,
Okay.
and I have the right of that kind of justice here in my inn.
Excellent.
As
Just
landowners, that is up to us. Of course, if he had stolen from somewhere that was not here, then someone else might have a claim on that justice, but I believe that they will agree with my verdict.
checking. We will go and see your brother.
Very well.
And yes, we will get these items back to their proper...
Maybe we should.
Veldrain will come in and he'll take him away at Han's discretion to remove the head and put it up on a spike above the inn.
We should send word to Sir Maximilian.
I hope Roman
to
sees
Max.
this.
That we have. That Saphiro and his
Meanwhile, in a
friends.
certain chamber inside the inner wall, Roman stares into a polished bronze mirror. Damn, I'm pretty.
Can't kill me. Rubbing his mark.
So you go to the other end. That key does work here as well.
Explain what happened.
Yeah.
Drop off the
Eventually,
items.
and then they switch the items around. It would be good if we could give the sword back to its original owner in person, don't you think?
Well, he should be in for the evening tonight. He'll be very happy to have the sword back.
Excellent.
Would you permit us to stay here and spend some time in your tavern until he arrives?
Tavern is open to you, of course. Here, let me pay you for your services. Presuming that the thefts have stopped, you can expect more.
Of course, if they have not, just give word to us.
Here's 5 copper each for your time. Again, there's more reward if the thefts have stopped, and this was clearly that preventing it.
So I assume we would have told him about about Percy being murdered.
Dead.
Oh yeah, we
Okay,
would have
yeah.
told him.
And,
like, your
and
brother
he agreed with the
basically-
verdict, I guess.
He's like, I wish I could have killed him, but I suppose you had the right. He was working in your land. I trust the delicate lady's stomach was not turned by the violence.
Why would it be?
Very good.
It was in fact her who chased him down.
So I hear. Well, I must go back to my inn. Yeah, goodbye. Don't you just want to kiss these lips?